beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that...
Relax, no need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form? Huh, so you didn't see anything...
now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of...
Alright, I've had my fun.
Hey, you're this close to getting an
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here, so I came up with this little fun greeting for when you... But, in all seriousness, I would like to apologize. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss
Don't think that, Paimon.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself... Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and... A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the lightning struck... so you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. But before that, there is one other...
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt decree are put into this statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that as for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful... The eternity in question is her endless and as such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs, and the Tsukoku Decree, the Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing.
Seems like every god has their own...
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. Perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryou Commission to scour the nation, and this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as...
But if that's the case...
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against... And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day...
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look...
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something happen?
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then...
Aspirations? That would seem to... Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches, that is where visions come from. In other words, a person's... So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally!
Kamisatsu...
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she? Behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission.
Makes sense. She's a super...
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. I have awaited your arrival with great and at present in Inazuma. In the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly... Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds. Given the contact we are required to have with them in the performance of a commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can...
See, milady, it's just like I said.
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions...
A warrior who guards a village?
Correct. Please do all you can to... Then...
I'm sure you'll do great.
Precisely. It's much too sudden for the children not desperate for you to take them out to play. Please.
Must be the guy Ayaka told us.
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still I can't claim to fully understand it. But I could tell that he lost something very... Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here...
Seems like he's a well-respected...
You must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. But now, all of a sudden, he said we will gladly apologize if that's the case.
So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of true, but that's not what made me want to come here 30 years ago. And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then...
Okay. Well, in that case, if you can't... Oh! Maybe if you just...
Oh, that reminds me.
I keep a diary? As if...
Oh, yes, you do. And what?
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving...
If you don't mind, we will need you to find the diary.
must have made a note of anything interesting. And just look at all the things. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything I felt for her. No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. I think maybe not. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually? Only when I think about it like that. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember? I shall remain here.
Caregiver seems to be feeling okay, but still, makes seem just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. That certainly explains this. At least we were able to help him. Well, according to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou community.
Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you? One Kurosawa.
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply asked him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. I used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. He's shown me the true color. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa.
I've never even heard of these emergency... I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to... That's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision.
That's strange. You were helping enforce the vision.
To be perfectly honest, all I know is that I would perform certain things every month. And it's not just that.
Does it have to do with them?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through... To top it all off, my house was... You don't believe me.
But we better confirm. Let's go around. We should be able to follow their tracks.
Take it easy.
yourself as all those samurai?
You haven't seen anything yet. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic
You demand!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Europa! Try! There goes all the mora! We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on!
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew we shouldn't have picked that place.
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found, I didn't want anyone else to see it. So now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom.
You got a deal.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOU!
Yeah, a lot of them, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a... We better talk to this Miss Aoi. As for you guys, you're free to go.
Yes, of course. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just...
We've got everything you need. Or perhaps there's... so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're...
Whoa, let's not get ahead. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always... However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to...
So that's how he was getting the... But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? The price was...
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been... Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough. Especially so he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the...
No one ever appreciated what he...
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. Wait, as for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions, and if you're still curious, why don't you go... I see. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name... Sword? Whoa. Didn't he tell you? I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift. In hindsight, I I regret that I never made an offer. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps... Oh, but before you go, if you would...
But we...
Information is also a Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever did...
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again.
Take it easy.
The third person who had the time unheard that this is his dojo.
Nautical, don't worry. Since they were those thugs that challenged the dojo.
Maybe, but things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never
It's just because he's been possessed. That's all.
Hey there!
Who are you? Don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Make-Yo Priestly Art. But then we got here and overheard you talking about...
From the way you're your threat, please accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Since they got possessed recently, and it's still recovering. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? Sensei's name is Domo, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword. He once said that his goal was to become the best swordman, and so, even while training, but then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken. He said the strangest things over and over. Julia and I have discussed it, and we both think, but if I'm honest...
The Grand Naru...
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the... Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the... So don't worry, Nanako. Since the exorcism will take place this evening.
So, losing your vision can cause possession?
Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water.
But if you must know, I am... Anzai. Yes, that's good, because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the sick. I had begun training 5 years before him. Everyone but practitioners of Make-Yoshi's art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from... But Domon was different. First thing he did when Sensei scolded him, told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such... I thought so too at the time, but Domon, only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed him. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less.
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, well, sparred with Sensei, too. Sensei was advanced in years by then. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. Okay, you heard my story.
Seems like we got it wrong. Still, I'm not sure we should bring him back with us.
Take it easy.
Monaco, please.
I'm sorry. With what powers I have, but spirits may take a myriad of forms in this, and all is certainly not lost.
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience, and I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve...
No, that's not what I meant at all. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei. We, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui Art, will do our best to help you.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about this. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out if the...
Tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament. has triggered this change. I believe it must be the loss of his vision.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Ai, even without his ambition...
Your school practices make Yoshi stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple?
Lady I'm not sure.
The path of the swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of... It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor sensei. To think...
I'm sorry, Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? What? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak.
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay with...
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me, I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone.
Nanako's far from the only one.
Goodness.
You see? You can place the... Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambition. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, you are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had no...
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering, but as your sensei, I shall This is my promise. And I humbly...
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make... But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners. Well, don't just stand there.
So even though his ambition was taken away...
Traveler, a moment, please.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Eyes! She seems super mysterious. We can come back to it another... guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both. I have heard all about how you helped our 3 friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions, Ayaka, how come...
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy...
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so...
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you see...
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the wind... But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. You will? Really? Naturally.
Alright, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you she wouldn't reject them. I'd play... Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to...
Well, here we are.
Please continue without me.
So, what's the
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on the... Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs.
Oh, Paimon gets it.
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute... It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of... The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, after all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt decree is one of indifference.
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting mad.
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island.
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting a...
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together to say a little more about Sangonomiya. Historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island due to their different belief systems. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance. Of course! We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, they invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the shogun. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the shogun's sudden decision.
Ooh, Paimon has...
Oh? What would...
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt decree?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity.
So...
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and... For example, by providing vision bearers with safe...
You're telling Paimon that they're...
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions.
Darn! So they...
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before... Exactly. I feel the same way. By no means, when you are ready, go to Hanamizaka.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things unfold, can we? Psst! Hey, wait! Huh? There's someone trying to get our attention. Come on, this way. What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help? Shh, quiet. Hey, this isn't right, you know. Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch others in trouble. Huh? Hey, wait! You do have a vision!
Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
All right. Here, take it.
Wise choice.
What should we do now? He's already given... this is your fault! You're the one who stopped us from interfering!
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost...
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, so that's what's going on here! And to think Paimon was about to unleash
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know? Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Great to meet ya.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on...
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon loves fireworks. It's nice to meet...
Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave me the fake visions in the first place. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew, I can't even imagine trying to run the business without it. Ugh.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good people seldom get the recognition they deserve.
Master Masakatsu?
Huh? Do you guys know him too? You don't say! Then it sounds like the Shirasagi Himegimi has a plan. Awesome! I've been thinking about breaking him out too recently. But if I just march straight in there by myself... So, what about if I...
Sure! Welcome to the team! Ayaka told us to go look...
Seems like I finally got a new job to do. Besides hiding vision bearers in my shop. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station. I've already surveyed the area and found a way in.
Whoa, talk about a reliable soap.
Not bad, huh? Let's go as soon...
Time to break him out!
Take it easy.
Now that we're inside...
Come on, this way! I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. We should split up. I've got a little
Yes,
you two.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey. Take it easy.
Talk about a big door! It seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
Show me what you've got!
Leave it all to me.
Punishment!
Busted.
I must withdraw.
Quietly now.
I've been bested.
Take it easy.
Who goes there?
Busted.
You can't run!
Gotcha.
This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it. These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
Brace yourself.
You can't run!
Watch your step.
Steady as stone.
Allow me. It's my first.
Quietly now.
Show me what you've got. Soldiers, quick!
Gotcha!
Get them! Get this! Don't hold back!
Busted!
I need to train harder. Slash! Watch your step! Show me what you've got! Bested!
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Teach me a lesson.
As a dutiful maid woman,
I dare!
I must withdraw.
I must leave no stone unturned.
I've been bested.
You can't run!
Don't hold back! I need to train harder.
Quietly now.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Locking you up was...
Oh no! Those Tenryuka mission.
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then...
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ma'am.
We were just teaching him a little
Huh? Who's that?
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the...
Make way, let me have a look at him. sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulation.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action...
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move.
Yoimiya, are you sure?
Who is that? Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time.
Fire!
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fire.
Quick, let's hurry!
The fireworks were...
Fireworks aren't just for us. I was particularly proud of this batch. I decided to.
Yoimiya!
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
Look, the coast is clear! Now the...
Yoimiya.
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so...
Come on! We've got no time... Oh.
Yes. Lee. He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him right back.
Well...
Leave this place.
We're finally out of...
Yes. Finally, I've made it out of there.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without keeling over.
Thank you. All of you.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rescue... Right, Kujosara. Do you think she was making up for how the guards were... It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou. How about we go tell Ayaka and the other...
I see. So Kujosara stayed her hand. It would appear she still has some honor to her. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujosara is also, in her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. If our true motives were ever divulged...
True. Though if you ask me, Master Masakatsu's release is an We are now one step closer to victory. And we couldn't have done... You're turning out to be even more...
Don't mention it.
Indeed. Things may have turned out, but if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt decree, it is time we make ready our...
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only... yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission and the number of samurai out enforcing the...
A ceremony, you say?
I don't know, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. And...
Being in a constant state of alert will... Toma, what...
I'd say a celebratory feast... Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently.
A hot pot game? What?
Simply put, every person prepares an ingredient to add. Then we take it in turns to close our eyes, pick an ingredient out of the pot. Anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the... Don't you think it sounds like fun? I've been wanting to give it a try.
You really do want to play, huh? Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to get... Let's see what we've got here. Nice! You can't go wrong with these. Paimon never thought we'd be the only one. This was possibly the scariest looking hot pot Paimon's ever...
Yeah, you can say that again. But hey, at least I got the most points.
I'm afraid it's your own fault for adding all those strange ingredients, Toma. Even with a traveler's normal ingredients, I still couldn't guess any of them correctly.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? Boiling cakes in hot pot? Ugh.
I must apologize.
Uh-oh. I'm definitely...
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would have been someone else's turn.
Guess I've been feeling unlucky recently and wanted the god of hot pots blessed. Perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better. I can say... So without further ado, I hereby declare that the...
Oh, brother.
Good effort, team. Another...
Yes. If the Tenryou Commission truly is, and with the extra time, there are...
Let's all take some much-needed time off. After a few days' rest, downtime is hard to come by these days, so be sure to make the most of it. I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients for our next round.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not? We should play again now that everyone knows the rules. I'll see you all later.
Bye, Toma! Seems we won't need to be visited.